Is it hot? We're hot.
Is it? Yeah.
Hot demanding out the way. I have been talking about marriage since night one. Well, you're the dad.
I mean, I was close to going to Tennessee.
Were you? They say opposites attract, but we're like one and the same. These people didn't have a dog, they just wanted my money.
Who said I love you first?
Who said I love you first? Yeah. Well, first question. Where are you both from and where do you currently live?
That's a good question.
So I was born in Savannah, Georgia, and I moved to Gwinnett County in Georgia when I was 2. So like I grew up there. And then in the middle of my sophomore year of high school, I moved right outside of Athens. And then I went to UGI, and I still live in Athens.
Yeah, so I'm from Greenwood, born and raised, moved to Clemson, of course, for college, and have never left, so I'm still here.
Because you can't beat it with a stick.
Cannot beat it. You got the lakes, the mountains, hour drive from Greenville, hour and a half Atlanta. Can't beat it.
That's right. Would you ever move to Tennessee, maybe Nashville or around it? Love y'all. Love you too, Shelby Lee. Me and Miss Beth, this is honestly kind of before social media, before we really started posting. We took a lot of trips to Nashville. We went to a few football games, like Georgia football games, and we just went with our friends. And I think there was one year, maybe 2021, we went like one weekend in January, and then we went one weekend in February, and I think we went in April. It was like really insane, really crazy. It is a lot of fun in Nashville, but now that I'm like growing up and actually thinking about where I might live, I think it's too much. And depending on where Gage's job takes us, will determine where we live. We really love the University of Tennessee, or is it Tennessee University? University of Tennessee. Yeah. In Knoxville. And we were trying to decide between there and Georgia when it came down to it. But I do love Knoxville. And the orange is a little bit crazy. Not my favorite orange. I like Clemson orange better. But
good answer.
It all worked out because I probably wouldn't have met you if I was in Bowles country.
You would not have.
Because we met.
I don't know. I mean, I was close to going to Tennessee.
Were you? Mm-hmm. You really thought about that?
Yeah, I went on a trip. I made my decision to go to Clemson, but Tennessee called me that day and they wanted me to come up and visit. And I really liked Tennessee. When I went on a visit, that's when they played South Carolina. And I think South Carolina at the time was ranked and Tennessee won. And I was just singing old Rocky Top the whole time.
Tennessee. Hey! Share more about your... Hi! Share more info about your workout routine. So happy you're better. Yes, because if you missed it, I was in the hospital with a kidney infection last week, and I am so much better. But as far as my workout routine, so I grew up playing softball and basketball, and so it was just like you go to practice and you run sprints and you fall out and you condition and you do all the things, but that just like comes with sports. And then my senior year of high school, I just decided that I had been doing it for too long. I was ready to be done, and I was ready to just like work, and I fully dual enrolled my senior year, so I like wasn't even going to the high school. Like I was just kind of out here. Is that a yawn?
No. Not because I'm still waking up.
Okay. Is it 1 p.m.?
Yeah.
No, it's 12:40.
Close.
So then when I wasn't playing sports, it was like, well, I need to find a workout routine. And so I've done Orange Theory. I've done all the HIIT workouts. I've done all the things. Now I pretty much weightlift. I enjoy Pilates. I don't enjoy paying as much as they want me to pay for classes. I think they're crazy. But popping in Pilates, weightlifting, and then hot yogi. I've started doing hot yoga this year, and I really love it because I never take the time to like slow down. And I mean, it's hard, but you do spend a lot of time like stretching and doing things I wouldn't be doing on my own. So I love that. Gage, tell us about your workout routine.
Listen, I've gotten a lot of workout through my career. Won't lie to you, past couple of years, very minimal.
Okay, like
workouts I get are at football practice, running drills and demonstrating and running around. I mean, new year, I'd like to get back in the gym. So we'll see, but yeah, no. Right now, there's no workout plan. I wake up.
There's no workout plan, but there's plans to work out. Yeah?
100%. Yeah.
Oh, period. Yeah. What are our favorite things about each other? Gage, I feel like I talk too much. I'll let you go first.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know if I have enough time in this video to just list them all. But yeah,
I have to charge the battery or the camera battery.
Yeah, you didn't charge it, did you?
No, I was just making a joke, but I didn't.
Yeah, you really didn't. It was on like 30%. Anyway, well, what I just love about you is your personality. You make me come out of my shell a little bit more than I normally would, because I can just sit here and not say anything and just stare at a brick wall. And you're so outgoing, and it has helped me a little bit become more outgoing. You're funny, not as funny as me. Trust me, guys. You may not see it, but behind that camera, boy, I mean, look, honestly, people tell me all the time, like, hey, you're just so funny. You should like try to be like a stand-up comedian.
They're like, Gage, you're just so funny, but like we didn't know this until the last couple of years when you started dating Kaylee.
No, it's just like Gage. Gage, you've been funny your whole life. Like you should try to be like a stand-up comedian. And I tell them all the time, like, yeah, I could do that, but I just prefer to sit. Anywho, yeah, you're just so sweet. You're loving. You're smart, intelligent, and your mindset is something that I'm attracted to. You always strive to be successful, and you make people better around you. So that's what I'm attracted to.
That was crazy.
Yeah. Now you.
Okay.
Your turn.
Probably my favorite thing about you is that you're so patient with me.
Okay.
You're not patient in traffic.
I'm not when there's an 18-wheeler in
You're
front
not
of me
patient.
in the left lane. Oh!
Yeah, you're not patient when you're hungry, but you are patient with me. So, love that because I need it. Get a little bit angst. I get a little bit of overthink sometimes. I get a little bit of running behind syndrome. He's patient. And he's very prompt, and like he will be on time. Like if it's just him, he's going to be on time, and if it's just us, he's gonna try for us to be on time. And like most of the time we are on time because of you, and because I don't want to, like I want to prove to you that I can get ready in time. So,
still waiting.
So my favorite thing is how patient you are, but another favorite thing is how easygoing you are. Go with the flow, dude. Like you, I've like lost my train of thought because I got lost in your eyes. Ocean eyes, I swear. You really know how to make me cry when you give me those. I love that I can tell you a plan. This is what I'm thinking for the weekend. This is what we have in mind. You're like, yeah, sounds good. I appreciate that. You make it work.
Period.
I love you. I love a lot of things about you. Is Tootsie your dog or yours and Gage's or yours and Beth Anne's? So Tootsie goes back to 2020, and we had a family dog, Rambo. Wonderful. I'm getting a little bit choked up. I've never been able to talk about him without getting choked up. Rambo was a Bichon Frise, and he was so wonderful. And actually, I don't think my family would have gotten a dog to begin with if it wasn't me throwing myself around the sofa when I was like 5 years old. Give me a dog, please. And I would like get newspapers and I would go and highlight and circle where like dogs were for sale. 5 years old. And so we got Rambo. So sweet. And he was, aging he was like 15 in 2020. And so me and Beth Anne were living on our own, like in our apartment and everything. Literally just woke up one day and was like, I have to get a dog. Almost got scammed. too many times from Facebook people. They wanted me to go ahead and sit. I almost got us 2 dogs because I like found this BOGO deal like on Craigslist or something, and it was like 2 Maltese, and like I was like, Beth Anne, like you can have one. And she's like, I don't want one. I'm like, fine, like I'll have both. They never existed. These people didn't have a dog. They just wanted my money. I did not get scammed. One of my friends ended up finding on Facebook some sweet lady was selling, she had 2 litters of Yorkies at the time, and it was like 45 minutes from where we lived, and we literally hopped in the car one day. Went to go, I need to like post pictures and videos of when we first got him, but went to go see him, and there were 2 litters of Yorkies, and he was all 4 paws, fit right here, like Tootie. And his government name is Tommy Louise. Not many people know that, but we call him Tootsie. For the first like year of his life, we called him Cooter. And then, Cooter! And that was like the only thing that he would listen to, especially when he was like peeing on the Cooter. But my mom was like, that's not a good idea, like in public, and especially like if you're at the dog park or whatever. Tommy actually can't go to the dog park because he doesn't get along with other dogs. But she's like, I don't think you need to be screaming Cooter. And she, fair. Okay. So, Tootsie. Tootsie, Tootie Pot. Mr. Tootie. Tootsie. That's him. So, me and Beth Anne's dog. But he will live with us.
I'm just a stepdad.
Well, you're the dad. But one of our best friends from high school does keep Tommy, like, every single weekend when we're gone. And Jessup is probably his dad. But when he lives with us, you will be. Mm-hmm. And Jessup will be the uncle. Okay. So.
Let me pick one. When is Gage going to propose? I'm not going to tell you. Sorry, I didn't want to come off weird there. No, it's got to be a surprise.
Yeah, I want it to be a surprise. I mean, obviously, I want it to be a surprise. But like, that's why I just continuously
you're gonna know the day of. Like, you'll know. But yeah, like, it's gonna be a surprise. I want her to be like caught off guard. Like, oh my gosh, like I didn't even get my nails done.
No, I will have to have my nails done. I pretty much always have my nails done. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I already have a screwed up finger. The finger that broke. So I at least want my nails done. Please make sure my nails are done. They will be. But like, make sure it's a fresh set.
Erica Harris Wilson. Do y'all live together? No, we do not. We see each other on the weekends most of the time, if we're not super busy or something like that. But we currently do not live together now.
Since he works at the school, like he can't come to me all the time, but I can just beep boop over here, so I do. Where was Miss Beth when you were at the hospital? Yeah, y'all. Miss Beth was actually coming home from Miami one of the days. And then the next day, she was going to pick up her new car that she bought. So, like, okay, fair. And then she was planning to come and see me the next day, but I got released. So, all-time favorite show, is there any you recommend? My all-time favorite show is One Tree Hill. All-time favorite, because I said that was my all-time favorite when I watched it, and I was like, nothing's ever going to beat this, so I feel like I can't, like, get out of that. I did just finish Fool Me Once on Netflix. That was so fire, but it was a limited series, only 8 episodes. So, yeah, One Tree Hill, I've watched it 3 times. Oh my goodness. I feel like if I went back to watch it now, it would just kind of feel like too old. Too old-y. But 2014 Kaylee was sobbing every other episode. One Tree Hill. What about you?
So I was trying to think. I don't know. I really enjoy like The Office and like Parks and Rec. Like, I think Parks and Rec might be up there. Yeah. But like The Office is just so elite. The American version. Sorry, Britain. Keep trying.
I didn't know there was another one.
Yeah, there's 2 different forms of Office.
I feel like the espresso is like so strong.
Well, yeah, it's
like maybe I think I need like more milk next time because it's kind of making me do that.
Okay.
Like it's so good, but like I don't know.
Okay. All right, here this next one. Have I ever got you and Beth Anne mixed up before? I don't think I have. There was once we were on like a phone call and like they're both in the car and their voice can sometimes like sound the same. And mid conversation, we're talking to Kaylee, but then like Beth Anne, like
Beth Anne,
Beth starts to talk And at first, I didn't realize, but then I realized, and then Kaylee was like, "You realize you were just talking to Beth Anne?" And I was like, "Yeah," but like looking,
But like you thought that it was me.
for a split second, yeah. But for the most part, like I can tell them apart. Like to me, they don't look identical.
No, I think that we looked a lot more alike when we were younger. Now, if we're on FaceTime, like neither one of us have makeup on, especially if our hair is in a bun or whatever, I'll literally look at the big screen, which is her face, and I think that that's me. There are crazy times. Every single time my grandparents get on the phone, it's like they don't have caller ID. Tell me which one I'm talking to. I mean, it's sweet.
Who said I love you first?
Who said I love you first?
Yeah.
Well, technically you.
Uh-huh.
Because when you asked me to be your girlfriend, you were like, I'm in love with you. Like, will you just be my girlfriend? And I'm like,
Sounds about right. Yeah.
Well, I think I said, hold on, let me think about it. Yes! I think so. I kind of blacked out. Blacked out, no alcohol. So, yeah. And then it was just like, I love you. That means the most. So that leads us into...
How did we meet?
So a lot of people think that we met because my brother played football with him at Clemson. And I did know of him. Like, I did know who he was, probably. He had a big beard in college. And, are you coming, Bay?
Yeah, sorry.
He had a big beard. And so I remember, like, they would have the Tiger Walk. So that would be, before a game, like, the players get off the bus and they're, like, dressed up in their suits and they say hey to their families and wave and hug them and all that stuff. And I remember looking with my mom, being like, oh my gosh, look at those big boys. Because you kind of walked like a few of them, y'all all had like a big beard, and I mean, y'all were just big boys. And then I remember my big mama, which is my dad's mom, being like, oh, me, they are hooks of burning love. And that's where I get that phrase from my big mama. I was like 17 going to these games.
And I'm in college.
And you were 21. So like that wasn't the time.
No.
And Chase's teammates were off limits to me and Beth Anne. I mean, that was just like understood. My dad was like, nope, don't do it. They're no good anyway. Chase is like, they are no good. And like, nobody wanted to get involved. So Chase's teammates were off limits. Well,
I mean, they're not wrong.
Do you remember one time we were out and about and one of my friends lived downtown, and so we had his shirt off and was swinging it around, and I obviously really didn't know who he was. I just remember that face, and I was with my friend and we looked at each other and we were like, he is a good time. But we kept it pushing because one of Chase's teammates, whatever. Yeah. But I just remember that. And so...
God, you're really exposing me here.
I mean, he's a ball of fun, y'all.
Guys, trust me, I only did that once.
Once. And I saw it that one time.
That's it.
So, I mean, you've never done it with me, Spence.
No.
They don't need to see all that.
You gotta pay for that.
Fast forward, okay. March 12th, 2022.
Sorry.
They have St. Patty's Day, downtown Clemson. It is like a week before St. Patrick's Day, because during St. Patrick's Day is like their Clemson spring break, so they're not there. So it's like a bar crawl, just people are outside, like,
everything's green, of course.
Everything's green, like
the beer,
it's just
like
a funny
everything's
time.
green. It's
funny time.
a great time.
So I am with a couple of my friends, and we were just out and about. And we were with some of your old teammates, and then you were with your old teammates, and we just walked up to each other. I think these guys were like, hey, and then y'all were like, hey, and then I was like, that's so crazy. I'm going to marry him,
As the kids say it, I rizzed her up.
Is that what the kids say?
I got riz. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
We started chatting, and this was like probably like 7 p.m. And we hadn't had dinner. Like me, Beth Anne, our friends, we were like about to head back, and maybe we would come back out later. But
At the time, I didn't realize like who you were. It didn't dawn on me until we got to like the next bar. I was like, oh wait, that's Chase's sister. That was her first name, Chase's sister.
yeah, that has been my name my entire life.
Yeah.
How did you feel when you were like, oh, were you like, I still want to like give her a hug and like kiss her on the cheek?
Yeah. I still want to like take her on a nice date. Yeah, no, I didn't really mind. I mean, I love Chase and all that, and like, I would respect Chase, and I always will. But like, I don't know, it just was the moment. But yeah, we're just chit chatting. I was asking, like, talking to her and stuff. Like, hey, what are you doing? And like, oh, like we travel. Like, I just remember her saying, like, yeah,
This is in our travel area,
like,
y'all.
yeah,
We
like,
were
we're traveling.
never in Athens. We were somewhere every single weekend.
And I just like hit her. I'm like, oh, so like you're like a material girl. I'm like, I was like
I'm
joking
not a
around.
material girl. Like, I just don't really even care about like designer stuff. Like, whatever. Like, and then when people started coming up to me, like, oh, TikTok, you know, he's like, what? And I'm like, I don't know.
Bear in mind, I didn't have TikTok.
Yeah.
I downloaded TikTok in like
2023.
yeah, like
I mean, a year.
couple
into
months
dating.
ago, like
Yeah.
yeah. So all that I wasn't like starstruck because I really didn't know either.
Which is great.
Yeah, I mean, you're just a person.
Yeah. So then we were talking, and I can see Beth Anne from across the way, and she's like, and I'm like, oh, I'm good. No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm getting taken care of. We're going to the courthouse tonight, but I do need you to be my witness. Be my witness. And she's like, what? I'm like, I had no intentions on leaving this hunk of burning love. But Beth Anne was like, we will go eat, and then y'all can just get back in touch, whatever. I'm like, oh, okay. So I think I start walking away. I'm like, I have to go. And you're like, well, how am I going to get in touch with you? And I'm like, oh. So I put my number in your phone, and I put my contact name as your blonde. No, I put my contact name as your wife. And you were like, I mean, that could be anybody. Like, you have to specify. I honestly should have taken more offense, but like at the time I was like, oh. I put my contact name as your blonde wife because that's going to narrow it down.
Narrows it down.
So he's like, perfect. And so we go and we eat, we grab a bite, and like I take a nap. Like I'm taking a nap on the sofa, and I wake up and there's this number, and I'm like, oh, like who's gotten a hold of me? Spam. And so he lives
Just trying to contact you about your car's extended warranty.
That was crazy and rude, crude, and socially unacceptable. I'm going to pick up right where we left off. So I woke up from my napus, and I'm seeing this phone number text me, and I'm like, what? And so I thought that we were going to basketball players
House party.
House
basically.
party. Okay, one of my friends went
Never go to a house party. Oh.
They're over and done with. I think I literally was like, I think we're going to go to that basketball party. And he was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, right. So I'm like, I have no idea. I'm like, I don't care as long as I'm with you. And so he lives like 45 minutes away from Clemson. And he like had to come home and take the dogs out.
Who let the dogs out? Me. I let the dogs out.
Do you want to take over from here?
Yeah, sure. I decided to drop back.
What did you think about the whole time?
Honestly, I was just singing Luke Combs in the car.
Okay.
I like, she's pretty cool. I mean, honestly, I enjoyed our time together. If I'm going to drive 40 minutes home just to turn back around at like 10 o'clock and drive 40 minutes back. But she was like, yeah, we're going to go to like a house party. I'm like, wait, no, you do not want to do this. Like,
you don't want to do this.
Let's just like go back downtown or something. I'm like, it's not going to be worth it. So we end up meeting together.
He picks me up.
Yeah.
I'm like, we go to this party. Just as it wasn't a party.
No. We were there
No
for
partying.
5 minutes.
We ended up going downtown and just sitting at a table.
Yep.
Chatting. I think I literally had a cup of ice water.
Just living life.
Living life. And then some of your old teammates walked in that I was friends with, and they're like, Kayla and Gage? And he's like, have I introduced y'all to my fiance? And so people we didn't know that night, we introduced ourselves as fiancés, which was just like spearing out into existence. And it's probably your fault that I can't get that out of my head.
Yeah. Sorry, it's all my fault.
You've been teasing me since day one. But fast forward to the next day. I think we added each other on Snapchat. I'm not a texter, okay? Don't care about it. I'm not keeping up with it. It is Saturday right now, and I just responded to someone from Wednesday because it's like I forget, and I'm not gonna say. Love a good Snapchat. Love a good face-to-face. Love a good send a video. Love a good just don't know what to talk about. Send a picture of what you're doing. Like, love it. So I think we had each other on Snapchat, and I had not heard from you, but it was like I wasn't even nervous. I wasn't like, oh my gosh, like I haven't heard from him. Like, am I ever gonna see him again? Like, it was just like I was just Snapchatting my husband. Like I was just like keeping you updated on my day. Like I'll be home later, honey. Like that's what it felt like. So I went to church the next morning, and then I went to Mexican with my family. And the night before, we were talking about just what great fans we are of Mexican. What great fans we are of a chip and a dip. Chip and a dip, chip and a queso, chip and a guac, chip, you know. So I sent him a picture of the chips and salsa, and I said, I'm a for it. Meeting the chips and salsa. Oh my gosh. Mom, if you're watching this, it's just a joke. I was like, I will do things for chips and salsa is what I meant. And so I sent it a Snapchat, and then you responded. And then I don't know what you said.
Probably along the lines of same.
Same.
I'll throw it back for some chips and salsa.
Throw it. And then we were on the way home that next day. Me and Beth Anne were in the car together. We were driving back to home. We got on a 3-way call with my dad and my mom. And Beth Anne was like, well, Kaylee met her husband. Do y'all remember Gage Cervenka? And they were like, yeah, big Gage. Like, yeah. She's like, yeah, so they're in love and they're going to get married. And my dad was like, well, okay. You think it's too soon to say that? Or you think? And we were like, no. And he's like, great. I look forward to hanging out with them. Literally is how it went. And I mean, because we were all being sarcastic, but we were being serious. Like he was being sarcastic. And sure enough.
Can't get rid of me.
That was in March, and we don't remember the exact day that he asked me to be his girlfriend. But
no. But our anniversary would be March 12th.
Our anniversary is March 12th.
The day we met. The day we fell in love. Locked eyes. Cupid just hit me in the rumpus with an arrow.
Whoa, dude! Someone asked what our 5-year plan was, and we definitely don't necessarily have a 5-year plan, but I think that we will have a kid in 5 years. Like we'll have that's crazy. We'll have a kid.
Yeah, I'll be 32 by then, so
we might have 2 kids.
Could have twins.
Thank y'all for asking your question-ones. I love y'all. Leave me a few notes in the comments. Like, don't be mean. But tell me what more y'all want to see. What you enjoy watching, because I want to make what y'all like and what we like. Our family. Oh, my brothers, sisters.
And make sure you hit that red subscribe button, please.
Yes, Lordy, yes, Lordy, yes.
Tell your mama, your daddy, your brother,
friends,
your sisters,
tell
your
their
aunties,
friends.
your grandmama. Tell them to watch the video. Send it to them. Share them. Tell them to subscribe. We love you. I'm out. Kaylee, take it away.
Bye.